Hello, welcome to this presentation. My name is Seewing Yi from the Yi Real Estate Network. I'm going to show you how to buy and acquire a portfolio of turnkey multi-unit properties so you could achieve financial freedom fairly quickly. When I mean fairly quickly, within 5 to 10 years, depending on your situation. All right, so without further ado, let me share my screen and let's get started. All right, so how to create your turnkey multi-unit portfolio with minimal efforts and money, actually. All right, so now a lot of you thinking, especially newbies out there, you're thinking, well, if you live in one of the high price markets in a country like California or New York State or somewhere in the Northeast or Pacific Northwest, where it's very expensive to buy any kind of rental properties, right? And the numbers that just does not jive. And all right, that's fine. You're thinking you want to buy out of state, right? So the question is where, how, what, when, and why, all those critical questions. Then even if we have the financial resources available. So the next question is, if you're going to do it yourself, how, assuming you have a full-time job right now, right? And you're doing well with your profession or occupation, how in the world are you going to do the research and due diligence to find the right properties, the right neighborhood, the right market, whatever? And then if you're able to find those information, then how are you going to spend the time to manage your portfolio, right? So there's a lot of if scenarios, a lot of very, very challenging. And now if you go to an organization where you may pay someone $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 for coaching or for mentoring, right? That's fine. You might want to spend the next few years or 5 to 10 years, try to educate yourself, try to research the market that will fit your goals and objectives, and how are you going to do it, right? How much information, how much education do you need? I mean, you're gonna attend all the local real estate meetups in your local market, or watch all the YouTube videos about real estate investing, and try to find a organization to to learn about all aspects of real estate investing. So the question is, are you willing to spend all those massive amount of time, pay all kinds of money to get the education and what have you? So it's a very daunting task. So what I'm presenting to you is you can do this using a turnkey system where you don't have to pay anything out of pocket. Just connect yourself to a local real estate investment club or online, such as our organization, the Yi Real Estate Network, and scale your portfolio, keep your full-time job, whether you can buy 10, 20, 30, or 30 properties in the next few years, what have you. And at the end of the day, because you're using a turnkey system, you can have a property managers managing your properties. So again, whether you own 10, 20, or 30 properties, ultimately, you can still keep your full-time job if you wish. And this system where you could only spend like 1 hour per month. Yes, you heard me, 1 hour per month to quote unquote manage your remote turnkey multi-unit portfolio. And for the rest of your life, really 1 to 2 hours per month. That's it, because you can delegate the property managers and all the local team in that market to help you do everything, right? You just do it. You manage your portfolio remotely in front of your computer and do all those analysis of your portfolios and delegate again to a local team in that market to help you do everything: the rehabs, the inspections, the property management, all those kind of things. All right. So without further ado, let's continue with this. I don't want to spend too much time. So what you do is, assuming you qualify to get loans, I highly encourage you to utilize the favorable conforming Fannie Mae lending guidelines. 10 max loans per investor. So whether you buy 1 or 4 units equals 1 loan. So potentially you can purchase 10 to 40 quote unquote doors per investor. That's how you scale your portfolio. All right. So the next question is what I mean by buying small multi-units. Well, multi-units, is a very generic term. It could be duplex, triplex, or fourplex, or apartment buildings. Or multi-units could be 7 units, 10 units, 15 units, or 100-unit buildings, right? But for the purpose of our presentation, my presentation to you is when I mean multi-units, small multi-units, I'm talking about duplex and triplex and fourplexes, anywhere from like $70,000 to $150,000 per building, per purchase, right? And again, the ideal down payment in your situation is 25% down payment typically per purchase. All right, that's the investor lending guidelines, right? So therefore, having said that, if you have approximately $100,000 of cash to up to $200,000 of cash, you can, again, what you can do is you can obtain 10 loans to buy up to 10 properties, right? Depending on your financial situations, and buy 2 to 4 units. 2 to 4 units of like $70,000 to $150,000 with 25% down payment. Okay, just do the math, right? And then let me give you some example. Okay, so the typical property you're going to buy using this system is, as you can see here, never mind the location. Although we're talking about Buffalo-Niagara Falls, it's just we're talking buy in the Midwest market, and the Buffalo market will be ideal. Again, you need to hook yourself up to a team, a turnkey provider on the ground that has been doing it for years. They do their own. They purchase in properties in local market. They rehab it with their own money, and they rehab the property to a turnkey rental status, and they will put a tenant in place for you, and they do all the groundwork, all the lead work. We vetted the market for you, and as long as you hook yourself up to a turnkey provider that's been doing it for years, you as an investor, regardless of where you live in the United States, you can purchase these type of properties successfully and efficiently, and scale your portfolio with very minimal efforts. This team been around for a long time. They have their own rehab team, the inspections, title companies, lenders, and property management. Everything is a one-stop shop. They do 99% of the work for you. You will obtain this kind of portfolio passively and remotely, and become very, very successful if you follow the system correctly. All right. So that's how powerful this system is. Right. This the first property is potentially this is a duplex, but only costs like $92,000. Right. So you put 25% down payment. It'll cost like $23,000 plus closing costs, a little bit less than 30 grand. You're able to get yourself this duplex that rents for $1,200 on both doors, and then at 25% down payment, even at an interest rate of 5.5% to 6% for investment loans, you can still cash flow. You minus on a monthly basis your gross rent, which is almost $1,200, minus your debt obligations, as you can see here, equal your monthly net cash flow of almost $300. And I'm not gonna go over details of this cash flow analysis, but at the end of the day, all these numeric benchmark is very, very favorable. It's very attractive. Capitalization rate of almost 9%. The rent to value ratio is 1.3%, and then cash on cash return is 12%. All these numbers are very, very attractive. All right, so now I'm not gonna go over too much of it. So at the end of the day, you can get positive cash flow with 25% down payment. So this one duplex is down. Then your next purchase could be a triplex, 3 units at turnkey rehab, all the rehab costs, everything is nothing out of your pocket. When you buy this property, it comes turnkey. You buy as exact price coming from this turnkey provider. By the way, this kind of properties are not for general public. This type of houses, this type of multi-units are off market. Okay, it's not available to the general public. Only certain investors that have connection to this turnkey provider company have access to this type of off-market properties. All right, so so your second property is a triplex, cost only a mere 150,000, 3 units. Okay, gross monthly rent. By the way, most of these properties is already rented. The tenant is already in place. That means from day one, you can achieve positive cash flow, and beyond positive cash flow, you can get good returns over time. So this is a long-term portfolio, by the way. This is not a short-term. This is not flipping. It's a buy and hold strategy. I'll discuss more about that. So at 25% down payment, multiply by 149,000 purchase price on this nice triplex. So your total out of pocket is around $42,000, including closing costs, and a monthly gross rent of $1,700 for all 3 doors. And then your gross rent minus your monthly debt obligations, your mortgage, your taxes, your insurance, your property management fee, 5% vacancy factor, 5% maintenance factor, and still have achieved a positive cash flow of a little bit more than $300 at 6% on a 30-year mortgage. All right, so very, very attractive return. You can see it yourself. And I'm gonna just go over one more property. I think you get the idea, right? So every week, this turnkey provider, they will have new, more duplex to fourplex available for investors to purchase, because they buy and sell in their local market for many, many years. So they know what they're doing. They work with out-of-state investors from overseas and from throughout the US to provide you with this value add, tremendous cash flow properties for investors who want to scale their portfolio, all right? And third property is, again, oh, by the way, this kind of properties is a real property that that was already transacted a few months ago. Again, they always have properties available on a weekly basis. Of course, there are many more investors available than there are available inventory that they have. So these kind of properties are very competitive. But you can buy these if you're really truly motivated and if you go through the system. Right. The third and final property is a duplex. Is listed for 92,500, and again, it went for 1,200 on all on both sides, both doors. So the numbers looks good, and you put down 25% down payment at an interest rate of 6%. 6%. Who knows, right? When interest rates gets better in the next few years, hopefully, if the interest rates gets lower to 5% in the future, hopefully, or lower, you can always cash out, refinance for a lower rate, so you can achieve more cash flow. All right. So at the end of the day, your less than 30 grand of down payment, 25% down payment, equal monthly net cash flow of almost $300. So you get the idea, right? So you can, based on your goals, your financial resources, you can buy this portfolio as many as you want to. There's 2 to 4x multi-unit, small turnkey portfolios, and then over time you will see the potential total returns. So you get the idea. I'm not going to go over it anymore. You got a sample idea what type of properties and so forth are out there. And then of course you're using the Fannie Mae lending guidelines. You're going to use the power of the 30-year fixed rate mortgage, which is which is a hedge against inflation, right? So this 30-year mortgage that applies to each of your purchases on each property is amazing. There's nowhere else in the world, no other product that you can get a 30-year fixed rate does not go up with inflation, right? This mortgage this 30-year fixed rate mortgage is a inflation-induced debt destruction. Is the eighth wonder of the world. It's a very, very good debt. It can help you leverage, right? So, and then the next thing is, so what is your over time? What is your exit strategies? Let's discuss that. I mean, the goal is to, well, let's go over the goals, right? Around 5 to 10 years after you are able to scale this small multi-unit portfolio, around 5 to 10 years, you will begin to see some great returns. And some of the strategies could be at some point in time, whether you have purchased 5 or 10 or even more, you can buy more than 10 properties, but you have to get some kind of a non-qualified, non-conventional loans above and beyond the maximum 10 loan limit associated with the Fannie Mae lending guidelines. But that's either here or there. So in the next 5 to 10 years, you can do cash out refinance, which is like tax-free loan, right? To never pay taxes. You can do a cash out refinance. You can buy more properties, right? You can leverage more properties. That's the idea, right? Using the power of leverage to increase your wealth through real estate investing to buy more properties, if so you wish. Or you may want to do a 1031 tax-deferred exchange on some of your properties. When you, I'm not going to talk about tax aspects too much, but you can sell some of your properties in the future and not pay the capital gains on the transaction, as long as you buy a replacement property and close escrow within 6 months, what have you. All right. Or if your motivation is to become debt free, right? You can potentially on each of your property that you purchase, however you can purchase, you can add one extra principal payment per month on each of your loan, and by doing some mortgage acceleration, within 7 to 10 years, you can pay off all your 30-year mortgages with all your properties in about 7 to 10 years, and then you will become debt free, so you can live off your passive income, right? And keep your properties forever. And then, of course, at the end of your goals, whatever 10, 20 years from now, you could sell some or all of your rental properties. And it's okay, pay your taxes, pay your capital gains tax. You still have a lot of money left over, and then you can live out your retirement. So everybody has different goals. At the end of the day, real estate investing, income property, as I conclude this presentation, income property is an ideal investment. What does that mean? That means it's the history's most powerful and proven multi-dimensional real estate asset class. We talk about income property, whether you can buy a single family home rental or a duplex or fourplex or higher. If you have the underlying rental, if you have tenants in place, it is called income property, which as again, is a most tax efficient property, is something that historically more people become wealthy through real estate investing than any other investment asset class. That has been proven over time. That has been proven for many, many years. If you are motivated enough and you are ambitious enough, you have the knowledge, the motivation, and the financial resources available, you can create a portfolio to achieve your goals. And again, income property is the most attractive asset class due to the various ways you can make money. It's not only about cash flow. It's not only about income, right? Income is one, cash flow, passive income is one factor of getting the benefit. The other one is each of your properties you own is you can write off depreciation, right? Depreciation is a paper write-off. You can reduce your ordinary income subject to taxation. So we're not going to get into that, right? Every year you can depreciate each of your properties through this depreciation tax benefit. And of course, there are other different types of tax deductions. We're not going to get into that. So equity growth, right? I mean, historically speaking, real estate have grown, in align with inflation. So on historical basis, real estate annual return is around 5 to 7%. That's based on past history. But as you know, the recent few years have seen acceleration of equity all over the country. Equity growth is a long-term wealth building vehicle. And then, of course, appreciation is the same thing, right? The expectation, if you invest over time, your real estate portfolio will grow. And the power of leverage, once again, the power of leverage is using is an OPM. OPM is using other people's money. No other asset class in history that allow you to leverage, right? You buy a stock, if you buy a mutual fund or crypto or whatever, you have to pay dollar for dollar. In real estate, all you need is 20 to 25% down payment. And you are allowing a lender to leverage the other part of your money. So your returns are higher because you're able to leverage. The word leverage is amazing, is a powerful wealth building tool. So use the power of the 30-year fixed rate mortgage to finance your purchases, so you can put only part of your money, and the lender will help you leverage your wealth vehicle. So that's all I have to say. Hopefully this helps. In summary, you can easily, efficiently scale your portfolio with very minimal amount of time, as long as you use the proper turnkey provider, and that can help you to leverage your portfolio. All right, so if you want more information, obviously you can log into our website, so you can receive free weekly real estate investment newsletters you can learn. And then, of course, there are many ways you can contact us, so we can help you design and build your real estate portfolio over time, so you can achieve your financial freedom goals, whatever that means to you. All right, thank you so much. This is Seewing from the New Real Estate Network. Have a nice day. Good luck. Bye-bye.